Body was tired, it was weak, it was just recently undergone a surgery. But I felt that it was a beautiful community, a good place to bring into my energy. At least that helped me to stay in the present, stay more grounded, and shift my focus from the illness and cancer to looking forward to something more positive. 10 years now that I'm part of the Pinkathon community, where I work as a mascot for Cancer Squad. So we work with cancer patients, we help them to come out of the hospital rooms down the street, to move their body, to understand what their body really means to them. We organize Shiro treks. Attire shouldn't be a limitation. What the message of Pinkathon is to all the women in India that no matter where you are, you can run. Women are encouraged to run with their babies. So we have women who wear their baby in their harnesses and they run, and that's a beautiful community.
Yeah.
As an ambassador, you do get recognition, you do get position, you do get to hang around with Milind.
Of course.
There are lots of things that are a privilege, but are you able to look beyond the privilege? I will not say that it's easy to stay positive. We all have our ups and downs. There are days which are very dark, they're gloomy, they're scary. And still, there's a small part of you which always wants to live, wants to survive, wants to give the best to the world. We have 4 important pillars of our life, and it is called as ahar, that is diet and nutrition. Vihar, that is our lifestyle, the way we live our day-to-day life. Vichar, that involves mental health as well as emotional wellness. And the fourth one is our vyavhar. How are we on a day-to-day basis? So community healing definitely helps no matter what.
Welcome everyone on yet another episode of KRITVA Unplugged. We're speaking with someone whose journey reminds us that healing isn't just about surviving, but about learning to live again. She's a 2-time cancer survivor, a holistic coach, and an ambassador for Pinkathon. In this episode, we're not here to talk about cancer in clinical terms or to rush and give inspiration. We're here to listen, to understand how sport and movement became quiet companions in her journey towards healing, helping her to reconnect with her body, her strength, and of course, her own sense of self. If you are listening as a survivor, as a caregiver, or someone who's simply navigating your own holistic journey, then this conversation is for you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for trusting us to tell this story. So, thank you so very much, Dr. Mitali, for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure to be here, Dhanashri.
Thank you. So, Mitali, you have an incredible journey on how you got into running. So, can you just share a little bit about that?
So I have been into fitness for quite some time before I started running. I was an avid trekker, I was swimming, I was cycling. And at that time, it so happened that a close friend of mine, he asked me to join him for running. And I said, I don't think I'm a running person. So he said, why don't you just give it a try and see how it goes? So I said, yeah, I'll do it. And it never really happened. And at the same time, it so happened that I was diagnosed with cancer. And it was in 3rd stage ovarian cancer. I did undergo surgery, and I was recommended to go for chemotherapy and radiation. But coming from a holistic background, I had different ideas about how cancer should heal. And I thought that one of the best ways to heal cancer was to work on yourself, to work on the inner chemistry, than just pumping pills and medicines and toxins inside the body. And as a part of that, running came into my life. And I saw myself waking up in the morning and going for running, being coaxed by friends to get on the road early morning at 5 o'clock. It wasn't easy, Tanushri. The body was tired, it was weak, it was just recently undergone a surgery. But I felt that it was a beautiful community, a good place to bring into my energy. At least that helped me to stay in the present, stay more grounded, and shift my focus from the illness and cancer to looking forward to something more positive. So that's how actually running came into my life.
Wow. And so the first 5K that you ran was at the Pinkathon Marathon, right?
Yes, exactly. I started running in the month of August.
Right.
Surgery happened in the month of June, and then I started running in the month of August immediately. And by the time by November, and that was the first time Pinkathon India was coming to Pune, which is an women's marathon activity started by Milind Soman, and it's good into 10 years now. But that was his first year in Pune. And as you know, I mean, the generation that I belong to, Milind has always been a heartthrob. He still continues to be the heartthrob of one young woman. And then I felt, oh, this is something exciting. This would be great to try and see if I can do something like this. And that's the time when I enrolled for the minimum category of 5 kilometers. And it was an amazing experience. I think I was running with me, against me. Everything was happening. It was something that was a transition was happening within me. At that point of time, I think I was going through a lot of fear of, will the cancer recover? How will my body cope up? Will I be same again? Lots of anxiety about the illness was there. The day I crossed the finish line at 5 kilometers, everything stopped. Everything changed. The story and the self-dialogue was that I can do it, it can happen. And then from there, a journey of running started. I went on to run 5Ks, 10Ks, 21Ks, full marathons. So that's what it was. But yes, Pinkathon was the game changer for me at that point of time.
I think, and with the kind of community that you got with Pinkathon, so you didn't remain just a runner or just an athlete, and you actually became a mascot for the cancer squad, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So how
One
did
of
that
the
journey?
important cause that Pinkathon promotes is cancer awareness through early detection and prevention. So because I ran at that time as a cancer survivor, the story got picked up and I was offered to be the mascot for cancer squad at Pinkathon. It's been a good 10 years now that I'm part of the Pinkathon community where I work as a mascot for cancer squad. So we work with cancer patients, we help them to come out of the hospital rooms on the street, to move their body, to understand what their body really means to them. We organize Shiro treks. The cancer winner or the cancer survivor in Pinkathon is called as a Shiro, which is the female hero. So we organize treks for them, we organize runs for them, we organize community meets and talks for them. So it was beautiful to go back to the cancer community as an inspiration, as a motivator, as someone who has more to give to them and give them hope and vision. So that's where my journey as a mascot for Cancer Squads started. And then as Pinkathon ambassadors, once an ambassador, you're a lifelong ambassador. There's a lot that we do as a community. An ambassador would connect with different women of different status in the society. I remember as an ambassador, we did a lot of work for visually impaired. We did work for senior citizens. We did work for old age homes. Even the Swachh workers. There was consistently 5 years we were working with Swachh workers. We used to talk to them about health, fitness, give free registrations to them so that they can come into the mainstream, run with everybody. So it's a place for women of every nook and corner of the world. Pinkathon promotes running with an attire shouldn't be a limitation. It's like we wear sports clothes, but there are women who may not be able to afford it. They may not be feel comfortable in sports and fitness clothes. So they can run in whatever they want to. So we have a sari run. And we have ambassadors and women who run in saris with all nawari and decked up traditional wear all over India. So that's what the message of Pinkathon is to all the women in India, that no matter where you are, you can run. And ambassadors, through living it and doing it themselves, set an example for the community. So that's basically the work of an ambassador.
From the kind of people that you invite to run, One fascinating category that I found was new mothers, and you actually encourage them to run with their babies, right?
Yes, yes,
So how does
absolutely.
that happen?
Absolutely. So that started with, again, the same thing. One of the
Hmm.
young girls, she was pregnant and she was carrying her baby, and she happened to be at one of the Pinkathon press conference.
Hmm.
And she asked Milind, why can't I run? I would like to run too. So he says, who's stopping you? You run. So she said, how can I run with the baby? So he said, wear a baby wear and you can run. And that's how the idea actually started.
Hmm.
So from that time, we have baby wear runs, and women are encouraged to run with their babies. So we have women who wear their baby in their harnesses and they run, and that's a beautiful community who runs with their baby. So as I said, it's a message that goes to the woman that you are unstoppable.
Correct.
Nothing can stop you.
Correct.
No matter which phase of life you are, you can always run. Fitness is your number one priority. And running comes very easy, actually, Tanushree. You don't need you just need a pair of shoes. And for that matter, we have barefoot runners also. We have that category also.
Wow.
So you don't even need a pair of shoes. So you just need you and your body and a good road to run. And that's easily possible in India. So that's the message that Pinkathon wants to bring to every woman out there.
Do you also help with trainings? So if people have not run at all before, so to avoid kind of injuries or just know the right way to run, do you also provide trainings and things like that?
Yes, I have been fortunate enough to be associated with training people, and that was through another organization, which was Pune running in Pune, a wonderful running organization. And I have, so the idea is to help people to break into running. And there's a very scientific way of running and how you do it. So for the initial 3 months, it's like walk, jog, pole to pole, pillar to pillar, how to hold your posture. And it's just not about running. Your body needs to support you at the same time. So at that time, strengthening, yoga, meditation, building your core strength so that you can run well and you can perform well. So that's about the entire training program that happens. It's this entire activity happens voluntarily. As an ambassador also, it's a voluntary work. You do it because you believe in the mission and the passion, and you have the passion to do it. As mascots also, the same thing happens. And as trainers also, because you have gone through injuries while you were running, you understand the importance of having a fitter body and doing things uh, with with knowing how to do it the right way. So training comes with that concept. Having gone through injuries, you now want to be a trainer and trained new people who come into the community to run injury free. So that's the idea of training.
Overall, from whatever you're sharing, I love how this is a non-judgmental space. So your your mental, what state you are in, or physically, whatever this thing, or financially also for that matter, whether you have money, you can buy those fancy shoes or those clothes, doesn't matter. It is so much more than just running. I mean, I think it's like a inclusive community where you can feel like you belong.
Absolutely.
So that is incredible. Absolutely. Now, as a Pinkathon ambassador, so there are about 50 odd ambassadors in Pune, right?
Yes.
And 25 of them you have personally recruited.
Yes.
So how can one become a Pinkathon ambassador?
So when I went about recruiting these 25 plus ambassadors, what I saw in them was their passion for the cause and their own story. Stories sell, you know that.
True.
The ability to connect, to communicate, to talk to people through your own story. That's the only thing that I saw when I saw to them. And their passion to want to do something for others. It's just not about me and myself. Of course, as an ambassador, you do get recognition, you do get position, you do get to hang around with Milind.
Of course.
There are lots of things that are a privilege, but are you able to look beyond the privilege? Are you able to come from a place of service? And if passion is there, service is there, and you have an incredible story of your own, you're most welcome to be an ambassador. Just say, reach out to me and I'll be happy to have you on board.
Fantastic.
And Milind would also be happy to have more such inspiring, not just women, ambassadors, men can be ambassadors too.
That is what my question was going to be. That is it only the females that can apply for this? or is it
No.
anyone?
Yes, we have lots of men who are in our community,
Mm.
and they work as they are with us as ambassadors. They support women in the most beautiful way. They pace runners when we have visually impaired runners. They need somebody as a companion. So the male ambassadors run with them as companions for the visually impaired. They support cancer patients during the trek. Of course, promotions. And it's not about if you can't run, you can definitely promote the ladies in your house, your sisters, your mothers, your wives, your extended families, your partners, your friends. So that's the important role that the men in the Pinkathon community do. And when Pinkathon happens in November, we also have a run for men, which is, as we know, November is the men's month.
Yeah.
The beard run we have for men also. So we have beer bashes for them. So we make sure that it's fun time for the men as well as the husbands of women who run. And we find so many of them. On the Pinkathon day, you will see so many men at the finish line and the start line, encouraging their wives, their partners, motivating them. Sometimes the wife is running, there's a small baby, and the husband is taken out on himself to look after the baby till she finishes her run and come back. So it's not just about women, it becomes like a family affair. Where slowly everybody gets pulled into it.
That is so beautiful. Like that, like we have our own, core family and extended family. This is, the core community of runners, and then that entire group of it. So that becomes an extended community as well.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we have our son and daughters as ambassadors.
Oh,
so I know Harsh, my son, is an ambassador. So many of them are ambassadors, and they are incredible bunch of young people who work, who contribute to keep the energy fun. It's excitement to have them around, and they do that because they also believe in that cause. They've seen their mothers transform, and they realize that this is a beautiful place to be in and belong to.
And honestly, like when it comes to cancer, normally people feel that it's only the patient that goes through it, but it's actually the entire family that experiences cancer. Of course, not the pain that the patient is feeling,
Absolutely.
but so for them to celebrate even you or the survivors, so that is
yes.
quite incredible.
When you say this, Tanushree, I remember when I ran my first 5K. Deepak, my husband, was literally running on the other side of the footpath along with me. He ran the whole 5K, and I could sense his concern. Like, I mean, is she going to reach the finish line, or she's going to drop dead? So that's the level of concern they have. Though I was like, no, I want to run and I want to do this and all. The family definitely has their doubts. They have their fears. They're really looking out for you. They're going through their own stresses. So that day was the time I realized that so much of care goes into it, and they're there for you all throughout. I never expected him to run the marathon with me all throughout. I didn't even know he's running across the street on the other side. Later, I came to know that he ran the whole distance and was keeping an eye on me throughout. What's she doing? Is she able to do it? So yeah.
So I mean, so quite an incredible coincidence. This particular episode is so my father had cancer, and like he couldn't survive it. But like the fact that we are having this conversation today, and I'm able to help bring out that story, or maybe we can work together and figure out how to do it. But that feels great. Like I was not able to help him so much, and coincidentally today is his birthday.
Wow.
So
how the universe could make it happen for you.
Absolutely. Like it just, wow. I mean, it's I think a way of helping. Like when you want to.
You manifested it. Maybe it was deep inside you and you just wanted to do it for Dad.
Yeah. That's, yeah. Okay.
I'm so glad you're doing this today as a tribute to him.
Absolutely. So, and the height of coincidence, like this week we had actually planned a different topic, and we spoke and you shared your journey, and we're here today, we're talking about it, and it just feels like it's fated. So that
I'm
Wow.
sure he's a happy soul
Yeah.
and he's looking out for you.
Yeah. Coming back to your story, of course, is so the first article that you wrote about your personal journey of battling with cancer, you had titled it "My Tango with Cancer." So how is it that you managed to stay positive even in that time?
Um, I will not say that it's easy to stay
Yeah.
positive. We all have our ups and downs. There are days which are very dark, they're gloomy, they're scary. And still, there's a small part of you which always wants to live, wants to survive, wants to give the best to the world. Coming from the medical community and the medical fraternity, I somehow felt that it was my duty to the community that I speak about this. I know there are so many of us. I mean, we doctors are not foolproof. We all have our bodies and we all suffer also. But it somehow feels like a stigma when we talk about our health problems and our issues. And most of us would not want to talk about it and hide it and want to project an image of the perfect doctor. And that's not the truth. So when I debated about coming out and talking about this or writing about it, I very well knew that there would be a certain percentage of my own patients who may not really be able to digest this, may not be able to accept it, and may find it, oh, she can't take care of herself. What's the point? How will she treat us tomorrow? And I might lose those patients. And as days passed, I found myself being okay with that too, because the story was so strong and the inner calling was so strong to come out and speak about it. That was 2013, no? When really there was hardly anybody who spoke about it coming from a medical fraternity. So I felt that I have something to share, and having seen both the sides,
Right.
being a doctor, there was something that I could speak with authenticity. So when the first article I wrote, My Tango with Cancer, believe me, Tanushri, I was typing. My hands were moving on the keyboard, and it didn't feel like I'm doing it.
Wow.
It just felt like I've been guided.
Wow.
And somebody is getting this done. If you can connect with that feeling, like so many things happen in our life when we know that we are just a medium and somebody wants this done and it's happening through us. That was the feeling that happened when I wrote that first article. And it made me aware that this seems to be like a mission. And I just have to rise up to it and do it. And he just got it done from me.
you.
And the whole dynamics changed for me after that. Believe me, after reading that article, I had and then I also posted it on Facebook.
Right.
I had people calling me from every nook and corner of India and the world.
Wow.
Some places in India, I didn't even know the names.
Wow.
And they would talk to me in all different languages. And for hours, they used to share their story and I used to share my story. And they used to, how did you help yourself? And I used to share with them what all I did as a part of coming out of my cancer, apart from just medicines, because there was a whole lot of holistic work that I was doing on myself, my body, my mind, the diet, the nutrition, meditations, pranayam, yoga, healing work. So for hours I was talking to them. And there was one funny incident where one lady had called up from Spain. I presume she was talking to me in Spanish.
Oh.
And I was talking to her in English. And we were talking for a good 15, 20 minutes.
Wow.
I was like, even language cannot stop, cannot be a barrier. She was connecting with me, I was connecting with her. And after 15, 20 minutes, like this realization was that we don't even understand each other's language. And still we are bonded together by one simple element of cancer, that need to belong and to serve and to help and to just that compassionate space, that safe space where somebody can just share with you. So that's how it was, my tango with cancer comes from that energy.
So Mitali, you have mentioned that you come from a medical background. So you've been a homeopathy doctor, and then through your entire journey of surviving cancer, you also got into different modalities. So can you explain a little more about how that helped you and how are you helping others now as a holistic wellness coach?
Yes, definitely. So this thought started when I was on the surgery table itself.
Oh.
The surgeon had posted me for surgery and I was getting operated. And I knew that this tumor need to be removed from the body because huge football-sized tumor it was. But the understanding was very clear that just removing the tumor from the body will not heal the cancer. The cancer would need much deeper work. Being an homeopath myself and very closely related to mind and emotions, I understood that all diseases first begin in the mind. And then it is that the body eventually manifests the disturbances that have started in the mind. I was 40 at that time. When I looked back, I realized that even I had a lot of emotional baggage. Maybe lots of ups and downs that I had gone through at that time. Nothing very sunshiny case or happening, but day-to-day challenges that we all go through. And I was, even though I was a doctor and I was working with this in this field, I really wasn't equipped enough to deal with those emotional traumas that I had gone through at that time. So there was a lot of baggage that I was carrying inside me. Typically, we always leave it to time and we expect time to be a healer. And that's not the truth. If the time doesn't heal you, there is a lot that the body holds inside you. So the understanding was that the body should be allowed to heal at the level of the mind, at the body, also at the level of proper diet and nutrition. And then only the body will be able to come out of this cancer completely. And that's when my entire journey of learning different mind body healing modalities started. I went on to, rather than learning, it was first treating myself. So there were certain modalities like journey, there were modalities like inner child work, emotional freedom technique, neuro-linguistic programming, hypnotherapy, timeline technology. And I found that each modality was helping me to release and free my inner child from all the pain and the baggages that it was stuck into. As past traumas healed, past memories healed, past wounds healed, I was able to release the emotions. Maybe it was anger, frustration, resentment, guilt, sadness, depression, all that was deeply buried inside. Everything started coming out and it started releasing. That's the time I started understanding the importance of this work when it comes to treating any medical diagnosis. So I went on to incorporated that into my medical practice. By God's grace, every patient that I treated in my early stages showed miraculous results. Within couple of sessions, I had patients, somebody's thyroid got well, somebody's BP got well, somebody's diabetes was reversed, somebody's chronic bronchitis was reversed. So when I started seeing cases of reversal at that extent, is when I started believing in it. And then it became a journey of not just being limited as an homeopath, making my approach towards treating every patient that walked into my clinic, making it a more holistic approach, where I counsel them, I talk about their, understand their problem, help them understand the why me of their problem. Every time you go through a medical problem, may it be cancer or any other illness, the first question is why me? And sometimes it's even why now? Because very often it so happens that the body comes up with a diagnosis when you are ready to deal with it. You're going through your life's worst challenges, your body will be the stronger one. It'll, like that, the Baji Prabhu Khindal Adaute, that sort of a thing. The body will keep fighting, keep fighting. And when the whole crisis is over, is when the body goes into repair and maintenance. And then you're feeling my crisis is over, my tough time is over. Now is the time for me to relax and enjoy. And how can my body now fall sick? But your body has been through hell and now it needs time to recover and it needs time to heal. And that's where the body has fallen sick as a message to you that, hello, you need to take care of me. I need rest. I need some help out here. I've been through a lot. So that's helping a person to understand that rather than looking at your body as a problem or your health as a problem, how can you be more compassionate towards your own body? How can you be more understanding towards your own body and help your body in the way it wants, support your body in the way it wants? That's the whole holistic approach.
So, interestingly, in your clinic, you have something which you call as the wall of hope. So that is, can you tell a little more instead of me asking you the question?
So the Wall of Hope actually has all my medals, that all the marathons, duathlons, triathlons, and events that I have done in the last 10 years. And that the reason why those medals are in my clinic and not in my hope is that when my patients walk into my clinic, Tanushri, they come with a lot of fear. The family is scared, the patient is scared. There's so many questions which are left unanswered. And they don't know how their journey is going to go ahead. Some of them come in stage 3, stage 4, and they're not even sure whether what lies ahead of them. So the wall of hope is actually a testimonial that I have done it, you can do it too. Coming out of 3rd stage ovarian cancer, and that also without depending on chemotherapies or radiations, to adopting a completely different approach, which nobody had walked at that time. I mean, it felt like I'm walking on a misty street. I don't even know the way ahead, and I'm finding my way and I'm making my way. I just know something, and I'm walking on that path. If I can do it at that time, you have somebody here to guide you, to handhold you, somebody who's walked that path, can show you how to walk it. So that wall of hope stands for giving hope to every patient who walks into my clinic that you deserve the best, you can do it, and it's possible.
Wow, it's absolutely beautiful. So, normally, stress is considered as one of the major concerns or causes of cancer. So, is that really true?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. As I said earlier, I always believe that everything first begins in your mind. And one of the biggest stresses that today we go through is mental stress, emotional stress, even physical stress, environmental stress. And the body is an amazing instrument. It tries its best to cope up with the challenges that we throw at it, but there's also a limit to it. And if a limit is reached, it is then that the body cries out for help in the form of a medical illness or in form of some or other disturbance in the body. So when a body communicates to us in this way, apart from just going to a doctor, getting tests and reports done, and popping pills, it would help if we are able to look within and introspect and see what is it that my body really wants? How can I take responsibility of my illness? And how can I support my body better? And when I work on it, I do through this easy to understand is like 4 important verticals. Like a vehicle has 4 important wheels, and the vehicle moves on 4 wheels. Similarly, we have 4 important pillars of our life, and it is called as ahar, that is diet and nutrition. Vihar, that is our lifestyle, the way we live our day-to-day life. Vichar, that involves mental health as well as emotional wellness. And the fourth one is our vyavahar. How are we on a day-to-day basis? When we're interacting with people, we're interacting with society, with community, what place are we coming from? Coming from a place of gratitude, coming from a place of compassion, kindness goes a long way in you remaining healthy. An energy of seva or service or giving back to the community plays an important role in you maintaining a good healthy life. So these are 4 important pillars on which I base the entire concept of holistic wellness and holistic healing for my patients.
That is so beautiful. And so, like you have also mentioned, you were always into fitness, physically, your body was strong, and yet, a disease like cancer kind of came in.
Yeah.
So, the stress can, and we don't even realize that we are holding on to things in our day-to-day lives. We keep feeling that, is this something that happens with everyone? And we don't deal with it, I think, at an earlier time. So, through whatever you give to people, can this also be preventive? Not reach the stage of a lifestyle illness that
Yes,
comes from
definitely it
this.
can be preventive. Definitely it can be preventive. Unfortunately, today what has happened is, that we have all accepted stress. We feel that stress is a part of our life and we are meant to go through this. When I talk to people and I share with them about stresses, the first thing that comes up is, ये तो होना ही है, ये तो होता ही है. Everybody carries this sort of a stress. How can I not have stress in my life? And somehow we have, lowered our expectations from ourselves. We started accepting that stress is a part of life. And that's not the truth. You deserve the best, you deserve a good life, and you deserve to live stress free. Only if you learn have to adopt tools, techniques, methods of living a stress-free life and having a better work-life balance in your life. It is possible. It's just learning to put yourself first. And when a diagnosis like this happens, you realize that nobody else matters but me. And that's the time when you start taking yourself seriously. But I would say prevention is possible. You don't need to allow your body to reach to that stage. And that's where I do a lot of wellness talks. I've been talking extensively in different communities, whether it is IT industry, whether it is schools, colleges, senior citizen organization, social organizations like Rotary or Lions Club, women organizations, women foundations. The intention is with these talks, which are meant to create awareness that it's not just about medicines and taking medicines when you fall sick. It's more about preventing them by adopting a healthy lifestyle. So I have been doing this extensively for last 15 years now. I love doing that. And of course, again, it's a lot of seva and voluntary work, but not everything happens for money, isn't it?
Absolutely. Very, very true. I absolutely agree with you. Coming back to surviving cancer and the role that sports essentially played in your life at that time. When you are a survivor, your body is naturally weak. So is it safe to get involved in active sports at that point of time?
That's a wonderful question, Tanushree. And I do get this question so often when I tell people about my fitness journey. But if you start small, if you start step by step and take it as it comes, it's definitely safe for you to get into any kind of sport or any kind of fitness. And it can start with something like yoga, it can start with something like pranayama, meditation at home, simple strengthening exercises that you do to build your strength. It's not about going out there winning medals and earning trophies or creating a name for yourself. All that will come if you persist on that journey. But yes, believe in your body. Your body is much stronger than what you think it is.
Wow.
And what your doctors would allow you to believe. I mean, if somebody has a little hip pain, a back pain, a knee pain, the first thing that is told is, don't do this. आता खाली बसायचं नाही, आता squat करायचं नाही, आता so that's the first thing that the medical fraternity does. I'm sorry, I belong to the fraternity, but I would love to be honest about this. We start putting limitations. And what I would say is that your body is really much capable of much more. And if you understand your body, support your body well, it will give you tremendous returns. So yeah, it is possible. And it shifts your focus basically from your illness to wellness. You start looking forward to being well. You start looking forward to doing something which is more interesting, which is adding more value to your life, which is bringing more meaning to you, than just thinking of living one day and how will my disease be?
Correct.
What is my next treatment?
So somewhere you kind of gain back control of your own life by
Absolutely, you
choosing,
said it.
to do some kind of a movement.
Absolutely.
And I think with sports there is that inherent sense of vibrancy. So you don't have to play sports to compete, but when you're playing a sport, I think internally you are also happier than
Yes.
any other form of exercise.
It's actually a journey within.
Yeah.
It's a journey of finding yourself, exploring yourself, going on your own inner transformation. And some days can be great, some days you may not even really feel like getting up and doing it. But just being consistent, being persistent, showing up each day and doing whatever little you can, it just builds up. It builds up slowly and you don't even realize how it builds up.
Beautiful. So, Mitali, this brings us to our second segment of the podcast. In this, what we are doing is something called as a failure feeling. Overall as sports, one of the main things that sports helps us to do is to overcome failure in different ways.
Right.
So you have brought something interesting to share with us about the time when you felt failure and how you overcame that. So could you share about that?
Yes, definitely. I think 2023, the cancer recurred again. And this time it was in my liver. And it was a huge mass. And that was a time when it was it was a big shock for me too. I never expected something like this. I, as a doctor, I, as a healer, I, as a holistic cancer consultant, for the last 10, 12 years, have been working extensively with cancer patients. And this happens to me. It was very difficult to accept. I think I felt like a failure at that point of time. It felt like my own body had disowned me. It felt like I had been cheated by my own body. And even before I went on to take treatment, I realized that I really needed to deal with these emotions first. For a very long time, I found it so difficult to go back in my clinic and consult a patient because of my diagnosis. And I knew that if this was the mental state that I am in, forget working, I wouldn't even be able to heal myself. I wouldn't be able to bounce back again. And I was so disappointed with myself. I was so hurt with what was happening that I didn't even have the strength to go and talk about this to anybody, not even my healers community, not even my mentor. It felt like I was so ashamed of myself. And that was the time when my old friend came to my rescue.
Oh.
She has been my friend since my childhood. I have been cycling since my school days, and that's the most beautiful space that I have with my cycle. I think I've had long rides and long conversations with my cycle since my childhood. And one day I just picked up my cycle again. I mean, I still have my cycle, a better brand now, but and I said, let me just go for a cycle. I just went alone, and when I was cycling and there were thoughts happening, and I was just trying to process what I was feeling, really honor and respect what I was going through at that point of time. And while I was processing it, I talk aloud, I really talk loud as if I'm talking to her. It felt like there was a safe, non-judgmental, open space for me to just be myself, to feel hurt, to be angry, to be frustrated, to just be what I want to be at that point. At that point, I was not a doctor, I was not a wife, I was not a mother, I was not a healer. I was no one. I was just me with my pain.
Wow.
And she was there with me to experience my pain.
Wow.
So, yes, cycling, yet another important sport. I have done extensive cycling also. I have done cross countries. I've done more than 100, 200, 300 kilometers of cycling. So it's also a very exciting sport to do. And so it came to help me at that time. It really rescued me. And from that day, my cycling journeys started. They were not competitive. They were just journeys within, with myself. And as I silently pedaled, it took me on my own journey of healing. It was not an aggressive journey, it was one pedal at a time, taking me towards my own internal peace and freedom. And that helped me to find my peace again and my holding back again.
Wow.
And it helped me to come back to really speak about myself, my diagnosis, to be okay to go back to clinic and to again share my story of a recurrence and to give hope to people who came, because people come back to us with recurrence once, twice, thrice. And I could connect with those people saying, okay, I've been there, I've seen that too. And I know what it is like when your body, you feel it has betrayed you, but that's not the truth. Maybe you haven't supported your body enough, and it's just another journey of picking up from where things are left.
Wow.
So yes, I think that's where my best friend, my cycle, comes into play.
Wonderful. I love that.
And that's
so
what
much.
friends are for, aren't they?
Absolutely, absolutely. So that was quite an interesting share, about your cycle and the helmet that you brought along, which also now brings us to our third segment. This is called as the Community Asks.
Okay.
So because we are creating this space where people can come and share their questions, and we will help to find the answers with the guests that we invite. So I have a list of questions with
I
me.
hope they're easy.
I think they're quite easy because you've shared some incredible insights into your journey. So I'm sure this will be easy as well. So the first question is, did sport give you something that medicine couldn't?
Yes, I think sports gave me self belief, self trust. It showed me how to trust myself and my body once again.
Wow, incredible. So how did it help you to deal with the fear of uncertainty?
I think when we are in any kind of sport, you'll agree with me, Tanushri, we are always in the moment.
Yeah,
There's no past, there's no future.
yeah.
So it just allowed me to be in the moment.
I think, and with regards to sport, the quick decision making that you need to do while you are in that moment, and then you are also comfortable with that decision. You don't second guess your decision. So
Yes, yes,
I think
absolutely.
that
It comes from somewhere
within,
deep within, and
yeah.
it feels like, yes, I am right. Sometimes it may not make sense, but still.
So, what does being a part of Pinkathon mean to you?
Pinkathon again is a safe space, a non-judgmental space, a space where anybody can just come and enjoy the community. It's a space of health, fitness, and giving back and serving each other from a space of complete selflessness. And that's how I look at it. Being 10 years in this community has given me the strength, it has given me the platform to serve and to live my own passions.
Beautiful. I think from whatever you have shared about Pinkathon also, so the intention is not to create a community. The intention is to have a non-judgmental space where everybody is welcome. So, and through that, the community has, kind of
Yes,
happened.
that's the spirit of
So
Pinkathon.
that
That
is
is the spirit of
beautiful. That's
Pinkathon.
beautiful.
To bring every woman, no matter whichever nook and corner of the world she is in,
Yeah.
into believing in her own body and
Wow.
believing in herself.
Wow. Beautiful. How does healing feel different when it happens in a group?
The group dynamics is amazing. It's a fantastic space to be in. What you can do alone on your own can take months. This can happen in a fraction of a second.
Really?
Yes, it's a
Wow.
beautiful community that, so community healing definitely helps no matter what.
There's a lot of positive energy that everybody kind of brings together
There's
as well.
positive energy, there is hope, there is sharing, there is compassion, there's understanding for each other. And there's this feeling of you're not alone. You don't feel like you're the only one. Because even in a family, you're the one who's going through this journey. Your partner is not going through it. His journey is different. Your child's journey is different. Your parents' journey is different. Your friends might be there for you, they might understand you, but still they are on a different track. There's someone who is living that journey with you, who has seen the ups and downs of that journey with you, understands what place you're coming from. If you're low, they understand why you're low. If you want to celebrate, they understand why you want to celebrate. So yes, a community really resonates as a place of resonance.
Incredible. Did sport help you to process emotions that words couldn't?
Yes, not everything needs words. A lot happens in silence. As I shared my journey about my cycling, it was just me and my cycle and the space which was safe and non-judgmental that she gave me. So yes, sports definitely helps us to process our emotions. Sometimes there is so much of anger coming out, there's so much of fear coming out, there's so much of guilt. I remember I went through a lot of guilt where I felt I didn't take good care of my health. I'm the one who's brought this to myself. And when I picked up gymming again, I picked up going, working on my body again, was when the guilt started realizing. I was able to tell myself, it's okay, what's happened. You can again pick up from where you left. So definitely,
Sports does have
it
that
does
kind of.
help.
Wow. So, in moments of exhaustion or doubt, what helped you to keep showing up?
That I deserve the best.
Oh, nice.
And my body deserves the best. And I deserve to live.
Wow. Um, what does Pinkathon represent beyond running?
Basically, It represents health, fitness, vitality for women. It started as an organization that promotes cancer awareness through early detection and prevention. It promotes fitness and health for women beyond your dress, your apparel, what you're wearing, what you're not wearing. You can run in any clothes at any point of time. At no matter what your age is. We have women who run at the age of 75, 85. Milind Soman's mother, she's 80 plus herself and she runs 5 kilometers. So age is not a bar. Your mental state is not a bar. Your physical state is not a bar. We have visually impaired people who are also running. So it's an all-inclusive space. No matter where you are, what you are most welcome in this space.
Wow.
And apart from running, we do lots of other things. We have fun, we enjoy, we trek, we dance, we have music, we party. So, and this as ambassadors and as a community, this continues to go on. Pinkathon ambassadors continue to have their own community. They have their own, where they live. So the idea is to have lots of ambassadors and you work with people staying around you. So you don't have to travel very far. Work with people staying around you. So even if I have 5-6 people in my community and I'm training with them, it's helping people to understand the importance of training and having a fit body. And I think COVID, we all are aware of this now. That if you have a good body, then only you can survive.
Sustain, true. And so my final question from the community, why is visibility so important for survivors? Why is it important for them to tell their story?
That's an amazing question. Even I keep asking myself, why do I take every second opportunity to go and speak out there? Am I not done still? But I feel that survivor and every person out there doing this journey needs hope. And every time a survivor comes up and speaks about his or her journey, it instills that hope. It gives power to the next person that you can do this. It helps to kill and overcome the fear, which is so prominent in this journey. So I would love to have more and more survivors, winners, thrivers come forward and share their journey, because each one is unique. Each one's journey is worth listening to.
Correct.
Each story is worth acknowledging.
Absolutely. Very, very true. Thank you so very much for joining us today, Mitali, and sharing this entire journey and how you're building a community and how sports is, so beautifully integrated in all of this.
Thank you so much for having me, Tanushree. The fact that you are doing this itself means huge hats off to you. It really means huge. This is such a beautiful segment and very few people talk about this. I'm so glad that you're bringing this out and wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
For your future. I'm sure this is going to make news in the coming days.
Oh, thank you so much. So guys, today's episode, I am not going to conclude. I would want Mitali to conclude with a very special message that she has for all of you.
Okay, so Pinkathon India is coming to Pune on the 5th of April. And I would love all of you to come and run with us. We have different categories. We have 3 kilometers, 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers for the beginners. We have long distance categories of 50 kilometers, 75 kilometers, 100 kilometers for the avid runners. And then the whole community can run in sari runs, visually impaired runs, baby wear runs. So register on the link given and join us on the 5th of April and have a blast with all of us. Waiting to see you on the ground.
So guys, if you are enjoying the conversations that we are having right now, make sure that you like and subscribe to our channel. Also leave a comment below if there are any questions that you have and would want to know more about whatever Mitali has been sharing.